Kensington Palace just announced the name for Britain's new princess. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge have chosen Charlotte Elizabeth Diana.
Hold on to your seats because Prince William has just made a jaw-dropping prediction about Princess Charlotte's future, and it's something no one saw coming. Such a statement isn't made lightly in a family steeped in tradition. But what exactly did William foresee for Charlotte? Could it change everything we know about her royal destiny? Today, we dive into this intriguing revelation and explore how it could reshape the future of the monarchy. Stick around, because this is one royal secret you won't want to miss. A princess like no other. From the moment Princess Charlotte was born, the world knew she wasn't just another royal baby, she was born to be a game changer. Born on May 2, 2015, Charlotte quickly captured the hearts of millions. But behind that sweet smile and those picture-perfect public appearances is a young girl with a unique personality that has even caught the attention of her father, Prince William. Since she was a toddler, Charlotte has been displaying the first sparks of confidence, those rare traits of leadership that are pretty unusual at her age. Who could ever forget that moment during Prince Louis's christening, wherein she turned and told photographers, "You're not coming?" At 3 years old, poise and taking charge of an incident were already in Charlotte, an attribute that surely hasn't gone unnoticed by William. Was this perhaps part of his unexpected prediction? She has already shown she is confident in front of cameras, and playfully teasing her big brother, Prince George, suggests a leadership streak may be inbred. The Queen herself once let slip a cute insight into Charlotte's dynamic with George, revealing how Charlotte becomes the boss of the siblings, even though she's younger. That's right, the little princess already knows how to give orders, even when her big brother is present. And who could forget those early public appearances with her stealing the show based on her body language and presence? At Trooping the Color, she waved brightly at the crowds, perfectly emulating the grace and poise expected from a future leading royal. In fact, it's these little snippets of personality that have some convinced Charlotte is no ordinary royal child. She's a force to be reckoned with, and maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what Prince William sees in her. But another trait that is so hard to ignore is her surefire confidence. Whether she charms audiences at royal functions or holds her own in a volley of opinions in her family, Charlotte has already proven she is a force to be reckoned with. But the question on everyone's lips is, could these early signs of leadership have sparked William's jaw-dropping prediction about her future? But it's Charlotte's love of dancing, a hobby she shares with her late grandmother, Princess Diana, that perhaps gives another layer of depth to this complex little personality. For all the arts, but dance in particular, were a love shared by Diana, too, a connection that has sparked plenty of nostalgic comparisons between the two. Might it be a clue as to the path William has mapped out for her? The love William had for his mother is no secret, and perhaps he sees in little Charlotte the same strength and determination that made Diana loved worldwide. She has already left her mark on the royal family with her particular personality, and she's only getting started. So far, her childhood has given the world a sneak peek at her inborn leadership qualities that will set the pace for what could be a future of surprises and turns. And it is just this personality that might have incited Prince William to make the surprise prediction about her future. Precisely what does he say, and how will that change the course of Charlotte's life in the monarchy? Well, keep watching, the answer might just shock you. The Royal Rulebreaker destined for the crown? It was a sea change for the British monarchy in 2011, one that would directly affect Princess Charlotte's future. The Perth Agreement forever changed the rules of royal succession. As it pertains to Charlotte, the implications of this agreement simply cannot be overstated. Under the historic rule of male preference primogeniture, she would have her little brother Prince Louis leapfrog her in the line of succession for no other reason than because he was a boy. But the Perth Agreement made a baby's birth order, not their gender, determine their place in the line of succession to the throne. It was a revolutionary change, and it means Charlotte is third in line to the British crown immediately after her father, Prince William, and her older brother, Prince George. But here's what the shocker is: with the rules of succession changed, couldn't Charlotte's fate be even more outsized than anyone ever imagined? Many have parsed this modern turn of events and said it could make possible a path for Charlotte to assume a position that no one, least of all William, might have dreamed could happen. And it is here that William's surprising prophecy takes on even greater interest. Was this an omen of what Charlotte could do for herself later in life, in breaking barriers and making history inside the monarchy? We can be sure William, like so many royals, is steeped in modernizing the monarchy. He has often spoken to the need for the royal traditions to fit into the modern world. Given Charlotte's place in the line of succession, it's conceivable that William would even foresee his daughter assuming a new kind of role, perhaps even one that changed what it means to be a 21st century royal. But the Perth Agreement secured not just her position in the line of succession to the throne, but catapulted her into an enviable one that might well see her break the glass ceiling within the royal family. For the first time in history, it means gender will no longer dictate a person's place in the monarchy, and it now opens up a completely different world of possibilities for Charlotte. But what does this really portend for her future? Might William's courageous prediction be that she assume a position usually reserved to male heirs? She is the youngest ever female royal in such a secure spot in succession, but the burden of historic change continues to weigh on her shoulders. While with each public appearance her personality shines through, anticipation only grows. No doubt about it, the Perth Agreement changed the rules of the game, but it is Charlotte and her potential that will continue to make the future of the monarchy exciting. So what role could Charlotte play in the future of the monarchy? Could she be the one to break even more traditions and take the royal family in a direction no one ever expected? Stay tuned, because William's prediction might just give an answer to that: the fire of Princess Diana in Charlotte. But when we think of Princess Diana, a few qualities come to mind: compassion, grace, and an unremitting sense of individuality. Now, an unlikely connection between Diana and her granddaughter, Princess Charlotte, has become evident. As it would happen, among the great things that Diana has had, there is one quality which has somewhat been passed on to the young princess: her love for dance. It was one of the few havens she could retreat into when, as a little girl, the burden of her royal life became overwhelming. Fast forward through the years, that very flame is burning bright in Princess Charlotte. William has spoken about how much his little girl loves dancing, about the sparkle in her eye when she's in motion, just like his mother. In interviews, William has expressed pride in Charlotte's passion, hinting that it reminds him of his mother's spirited nature. Could this shared passion for dance be more than just a cute hobby for Charlotte? Some royal watchers speculate that it may symbolize a deeper connection to Diana's legacy, one that might play a more significant role in shaping her royal future. Diana was not only a dancer in the truest definition, but she took to the platform to dance with all walks of life. Her memorable moments, such as the one with John Travolta at the White House, were not just flashy photo opportunities, but signified her trespassing into forbidden territory and therefore breaking barriers in communication with people that no royal had done before. But Charlotte's love of dance could be more than a cute childhood fascination. It might portend the same use of the arts as a means to dissolve some of those stuffy barriers between the monarchy and the modern world. Certainly there is no avoiding the metaphor here. Diana was the original royal wild child, bucking the system at nearly every turn in her obsessive quest to be herself. And in Charlotte we find that same free-spiritedness. She does not fit into that bland, docile mold of a royal. She is a bundle of energy and dramatic in her display of emotions. Be it with her sassy remarks or her love to dance, Charlotte carries with her bits of Diana, and that bit can shape the future of this family in ways we never could imagine. But here's where it gets interesting. Might a love of dance be more than a sweet nod to her grandmother's memory from young Charlotte? Some believe this shared interest might usher in a new era for the royal family, center stage being taken by the arts and self-expression. Given William's modern way with royal duties and the keenness to keep his mother's legacy alive, it is not so far-fetched that Charlotte might well follow in Diana's footsteps, not only as a royal, but as a humanitarian and cultural icon, too. So what could that mean for a future role for Charlotte in the monarchy? Is it possible that William forecasts Charlotte leading not only through the stringent duties of royal life, but as Diana did, through the arts? The similarities are uncanny, and as she gets older, we may see even more facets of Diana living on in her. And here, William speaks about how Charlotte loves to dance. Maybe this is some kind of hint, unsubtle, that he sees something more in his daughter, a dancer. Perhaps he sees a pioneer, the one who is to carry Diana's memory into the next generation and beyond. But the real question is, how will Charlotte use this gift? Can her love of dance and her link to Diana hold the key to understanding William's shocking prediction about her future? As we continue to report on Charlotte's rising role within the royal family, one thing is certain: she's bound for greatness. And with Diana's spirit to guide her, the possibilities are endless. The future royal rebel in the making? Little Princess Charlotte, even at a tender age, is making marks on the world, one which will remember her long after she is grown. While her siblings seem somewhat subdued, Charlotte has proven to be bold and spirited, rare qualities in one so young. With iconic public moments and within family interactions time after time, Charlotte proved that she is definitely not just an average royal child. In fact, some royal insiders believe those very characteristics may be a sneak peek at the kind of leader Charlotte will someday be. Could this be what Prince William is seeing when he thinks of her future? Take that highly publicized moment during Prince Louis's christening, when Charlotte boldly told the photographers, "You're not coming." This wasn't just one of those cute sound bites, but more of an act of confidence to let the world know that Charlotte does indeed know her ways of assertion. She was not frightened to stand up for herself at 3 years old, a quality that merely suggests she is not easily swayed. For a royal growing up under such immense public scrutiny, that kind of confidence will prove invaluable as she grows into her role. But that is not the only time in which the leadership qualities of Charlotte have shown through. She often takes charge in settings that involve her family, even if her big brother Prince George is there. Queen Elizabeth herself once said, "Charlotte is in charge of the two siblings," further giving credence to the theory that this young one is destined for leadership. Imaginative indeed, than a royal leader in confident and poised style, as was revealed in Charlotte at such a tender age. It would be pretty easy to see why William might predict something monumental for his daughter's future. But Charlotte's bold personality isn't about making headlines. It's about how those traits could shape her future in the family. While her brother George will one day inherit the responsibilities of a future king, Charlotte may diverge, but no less consequential. Might her tough-willed nature and leadership instincts make her a main figure in modernizing the monarchy? William has talked so much about how the royal institution needs to evolve to be in line with modern values, and it's Charlotte who could lead that evolution. Strong females have led the monarchy from Queen Elizabeth I to the present Queen, Elizabeth II. What is different with Charlotte, however, is the unique place she holds in a world of rapid flux. With a bold personality and natural leadership, she's already breaking the mold of what a royal should be. And as she continues to grow, we can only imagine how those traits are going to play out on the world stage. But here's where things get really interesting. Could William's prediction about Charlotte's future relate to just these very qualities? As a father, he's had a front-row seat to his daughter's development, slowly growing into a tough, independent young girl. Maybe he's seen something in Charlotte that the rest of the world hasn't quite figured out yet. That she's going to be one of those future leaders who not only will continue to thrive inside the confines of royal duty, but also push the boundaries of what it means to be a modern-day royal. What, then, can this brazenness portend for Charlotte's future in the House of Windsor? Does her take-charge attitude in childhood foreshadow a revision in traditional roles that will be placed upon female royals, setting the stage for her to continue to break barriers as she grows older. William's forecast perhaps has all the answers we seek, and it's an exceptional one at that. What does Prince William see for Charlotte's future? And finally, the question everyone's been on the edge of their seats for. What did Prince William predict about Charlotte's future? While the specifics of his prediction are somewhat hush-hush, royal sources have revealed that William had a chat where he shared with them his vision for Charlotte. And it wasn't merely some aside statement, actually, that left them all in awe. What could he possibly have said to stir such speculation? The point many make, though, is that William really sees something special in his daughter qualities that might push her into a leadership position that sets her apart from anyone we have yet to witness. Or is it that William sees his daughter breaking the mold of the standard royal mold and creating her own? Given her bold personality, leadership traits, and the strong connection she has to Diana's legacy, it wasn't too big a stretch to imagine Charlotte taking on some sort of non-traditional role. There is also speculation that William's prophecy reaches farther than the everyday royal functions. Some have surmised that he sees Charlotte becoming a trendsetter, not just among the royalties but in the larger world. Is Charlotte's future filled with leading bigger movements as the royals increasingly focus on philanthropic work and issues in the world? Maybe William is envisioning her taking on the position to exercise her influence for causes that mean a great deal to her, much like Diana did during her lifetime. But the really interesting part of this prediction is that William suggests Charlotte may fall into an even more leadership-oriented role, one traditionally expected only of male heirs. While George is next in line for the throne, Charlotte's forceful personality and leadership qualities may cause her to take on a great deal more responsibility than a spare heir. Is William looking into a future where Charlotte plays an equal or even larger role in the monarchy than George does? And as we continue to try to decipher what that prophecy by William may hint at, one thing seems certain. The future of Charlotte within the royal family is not at all going to be typical. Brash, with a mix of leadership qualities and, of course, very connected with Diana's memory, she is in every way ready to make her mark in ways we have not even thought of yet. But while we might not have any idea how William really sees his daughter in her great future, one thing is pretty clear. Princess Charlotte is a royal whirlwind, to say the least. But the real cliffhanger is perhaps this. Is Charlotte well on her way to becoming a game-changer in the history of the royals? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure. William's prediction has left us all watching for what comes next in the young princess's phenomenal journey. Is Charlotte set to outshine her brother? As we've explored, Princess Charlotte is no ordinary royal. From her early childhood moments to the bold personality she displays today, it's clear that she's destined for greatness. Her connection to her late grandmother, Princess Diana, adds a sentimental layer to her journey, while her leadership qualities set her apart from the traditional roles expected of a royal. What makes this all the more fascinating is Prince William's unexpected prediction, a prediction that has sparked endless speculation. Whether he sees her as a future trailblazer within the royal family or a key figure in modernizing the monarchy, Charlotte's path is sure to be groundbreaking. While her brother George is the heir to the throne, Charlotte's influence could rival or even exceed the typical role of a royal spare. As we await what lies ahead, one thing is undeniable. Princess Charlotte's future is filled with potential. And with William's prediction hanging in the air, we can't help but wonder how she will shape not just the monarchy, but the world. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Will Charlotte's influence redefine what it means to be a modern royal in today's ever-changing world? Could she lead the charge in bringing the royal family into a new era of influence and relevance? Only time will tell, but one thing is for certain. The world is watching, and Princess Charlotte is ready to step into her future. Princess Charlotte's journey is only just beginning, and the possibilities are endless. With her bold personality, deep connection to Diana's legacy, and William's stunning prediction, We can't wait to see what the future holds for this remarkable young royal. Will she be the trailblazer that reshapes the monarchy, or is an even more extraordinary role waiting for her? Whatever lies ahead, one thing is clear: Charlotte is poised to leave her mark on history in ways we can't yet imagine. Stay tuned for the next chapter of Princess Charlotte's royal journey, because it's going to be one to remember. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It's what gets us going.